going to get started in just a little while. We're going to start grabbing some folks who are prepared. We're going to grab some people who are prepared to talk to us, because this is a job fair, and there is a certain level of attire, there's a certain level of etiquette that goes along with business and being prepared to conduct business, whether you're an employee, an employer, a business owner, or whatever have you. So we're going to be talking to some individuals today that are prepared to talk to us about why they feel they would be an ideal candidate, not necessarily for Sovereign Media and Publications, but for any particular organization that is seeking to bring them on as an employee. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. I see Mr. Sean Butler, the Director of Community Affairs from Mayor Mark Mallory's office. If you don't mind, get on in here with me real fast, Sean.
Okay, cool. Hey,
good to see you again, as always. It's going great.
Glad you're here. Glad you're here. We got
absolutely.
A lot of young people here. Yeah.
So we're getting started. So I was just talking to our studio audience out there about talking with some young people that are prepared to talk with employers.
Right.
And it's very important. As a matter of fact, it's essential to be prepared, whether you're looking for a manual labor-oriented job,
right,
or an office clerical administrative-oriented job.
Yes.
Because the impression that you convey to the potential employer at that first instance is going to be the lasting impression.
That's it. You know, you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Absolutely.
And you want to put your best foot forward. Whether you're trying to get a job, whether you're, dating a girl, or, vice versa.
Absolutely.
How you present yourself is essential.
Yep.
And it gives that individual who's staring across the table at you every indication as to who you might be.
Yep.
Because it's all about trust. It's all about trust. You can have a lot of qualifications, but if they look at you and don't feel that they can trust you, or you're the right fit for a potential employment opportunity, then you most likely won't get it. So that's what we're trying to, and what we've tried to articulate to young folks here at the job fair before they get here. Now, we know that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So as you interview young people today, you'll see a variety of attempts to prepare themselves for opportunities.
Absolutely.
Some will be in suits, some will be in business casual wear, and then some will be in very casual wear. But that's the whole premise of this job fair, to really give the opportunity to young people to develop themselves in preparation for employment opportunities.
Definitely.
There are emerging workforce, and there are the ones that are going to be responsible for our economy and our city 20 years from now. So that's the whole premise behind this event, to really speak to and give opportunities to develop in workforce here. And I appreciate you being here.
Well, I appreciate being here. I appreciate you having me here. And certainly we won't go into all the details, but your team essentially is responsible for spearheading and putting this together. And over the last several years, and we kind of talked a little bit earlier, you guys have really grown this particular job fair. And if I'm correct, it's probably the largest and most effective of its kind in the tri-state region for this particular demographic. Because there is, in some cases, a disconnect between the 16 to 24-year-olds and the workforce. Just like you said, but they're the emerging workforce, so they're what's count. So you guys have created a forum for engagement that, once again, is unprecedented.
It hasn't been done before. Mayor Mallory's administration. This job fair is held right smack dab in the central business district of a major city. We have been referred to the U.S. Conference of Mayors as a best practice. We had visitors from the U.S. Conference of Mayors last year. They did what you're doing right now, and they videotaped this and took it back to the rest of the nation as a model. And every year we've grown. We started out with about maybe 2,500 young people attending, and we've crested up near 5,500 young people. And that's why we're here in the convention center. We realized that we needed a larger venue to hold this event. So we're proud of it. We understand that, and we feel we're doing the right thing. We're a small but mighty team.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully we can get around. We can get some youth here, and we can really show the fruits of our labor and the potential for the future.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, you guys are doing a wonderful work. I won't keep you because I know you got an awful lot going on. Just like you said, you guys are a small but mighty team. So I see some of your team wandering around here. So
grab them, man. Grab them and ask about what you need to. Hopefully we can get the mayor over here. And I'll push him over here.
All right.
Maybe I'll push him over here and then let him know to get on camera.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right, Ed. I'll be back.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. Cool.
Talk to you soon. So once again, that was Sean Butler, Director of Community Affairs for Mayor Mark Mallory's office. His team, integral in putting all of this together, so really kind of spearheading the coordination, the management, the planning, the process. So once again, we want to thank Mayor Mark Mallory for putting this on. Once again, this is the 7th annual Mayor's Youth Job Fair, and it targets 16 to 24-year-old youth in the Cincinnati tri-state area. So once again, they are bridging the gap in terms of connecting viable employment opportunities to the community, to some of these 16 to 24-year-olds, which in Cincinnati have had a tendency to be disconnected and disenfranchised. So it's very important, the work that the mayor's office is doing. So hats off to Mayor Mark Mallory, hats off to his Director of Community Affairs, Sean Butler, who just spoke with me a few minutes or so ago. So we are going to be having an opportunity to talk with some others from the mayor's office, some of the other coordination and planning staff. We're also going to be talking to some of the youth, some of the young adults today. And we're going to get them here to talk a little bit about why they feel they are ideal candidates for some of these employment opportunities. We've got some great employers here, so we definitely want to take full advantage of these opportunities that the mayor's office has provided for the youth in our community to reconnect and to add value to the community, and once again to add value for themselves and to begin to create that legacy of employment and make that transition into the workforce. So there's a lot of great stuff that's going to be going on down here. We're going to be talking with some youth, some young people here in just a moment. So hey, the connecting spot coming to you live, the place to connect for business leaders, tech visionaries, and social innovators just like you all across the country. We thank you for joining us here on Sovereign Map TV. Looks like we've got some interested onlookers, so we're going to talk to some people. We're going to grab some people and start talking to them, and we're going to ask them why they feel they are ideal candidates for employment based upon all of the employment opportunities that Mayor Mark Mallory here in Cincinnati has put together in the 7th annual Mayor's Youth Job Fair. So stick around, we're going to have some fun. We're looking for someone with a tie, preferably a suit and a tie, someone who's prepared to interview, someone maybe that has a resume, someone that is, even though it doesn't seem important, someone that's walking upright, someone that isn't slouching, someone that doesn't necessarily that is exhibiting confidence. So those are all the sorts of things that are essential when you're looking for employment opportunities, when you're looking to get into professional opportunities. And it can be blue collar, white collar, semi-professional, professional, whatever have you. As Sean mentioned, the first impression is key. So there are some things that you want to make certain are taken care of just from a business etiquette perspective, from an employment etiquette perspective, so that an employer has a sense that you are a viable candidate for the job. Because as we all know, the unemployment rate has been relatively high over the past few years, so employers are very savvy in their hiring practices. They don't want to run the risk of hiring someone that isn't going to be a good fit, that isn't going to be an asset and add value to their organization. So as employment candidates, we need to be ready, and certainly young adults need to have a mindset that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals that are also vying for the same positions that they're vying for out here in the community based upon the employment market the way that it is today, although it is improving. So with that thought in mind, you have to have the thought process that you've got to step your game up. You've got to be a cut above the rest. You've got to do something that's going to distinguish you as the ideal candidate for a particular position. So that's what we're going to be looking for today. We're going to be looking for individuals that fit into that model. Now, once again, we're not stereotyping or anything along those lines, because we know that everyone has room and time and an opportunity to grow. So hopefully we'll be able to add some value and provide a little bit of limited mentorship in talking with some of the individuals about how they can prepare themselves for the employment market. So thank you for joining us, by the way. Who are we going to talk to first? Looks like there are lots of folks wandering around, so we're looking for someone to put on the broadcast. As you can see, there are a lot of people walking around behind me. We want someone who fits the bill. Who fits the bill? All right, we've got a couple young men. I don't see ties yet. We're looking for ties. We're looking for ties like this, nice tie. Even if you don't have on a suit and a blazer, a nice tie always makes a good impression. A white shirt. I have on a white shirt. It's got pinstripes in it, but it's a white shirt. A nice dark colored tie. So once again, you want to go with very traditional means of conveying a good impression from a professional perspective. Once again, regardless of the type of employment opportunity that you're looking for. So we're still looking. Come here, young man. I want to talk with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. My name is Edward Williams. I'm broadcasting live on the Connecting Spot. We're here at the Mayor's 7th annual job fair. So I noticed that you had on a white shirt. So we're talking with some candidates today. We're talking a little bit about some of the things that are important to employers when looking for ideal candidates to fill some of these positions. So do you have a resume with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome. So first off, let's just get started. Let me get you in here. Let me make sure that you're in the camera view. So tell our internet viewing audience out there your name.
My name is Joseph North.
Joseph, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Edward Williams, Sovereign Media and Publications.
Okay.
You are being broadcast live right now on Sovereign Map TV on my show, The Connecting Spot.
Okay.
So, Joseph North, I noticed once again that you had on a white shirt, and I appreciate you for wearing a white shirt, wearing some business shoes, wearing some nice slacks. The only thing that I would add that would improve upon your appearance now for an employer is a tie.
Okay.
Certainly. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me the type of position that you're looking for. As a matter of fact, I want you to do me a favor.
Okay.
Treat me as if I'm an employer, because I am.
Right.
And in 1 minute, give me your best reason for bringing you on to my company. Now, I own a media and a publishing company, so I hire individuals that have graphics design expertise, audio-visual production expertise, but I also look for individuals to do administrative, clerical, and management types of work. So, give me your 1 minute pitch.
Well, all right. I am a multimedia designer. I just graduated from Columbus College of Art and Design.
Congratulations.
I major in media studies, animation.
Awesome.
I work on graphic design, front-end coding, Flash, actual animation, video editing, and then I actually also work on, motion graphics, including with using After Effects and Final Cut Pro.
Okay, awesome. So you've got a lot of very good job skills and expertise.
Right.
But why would I hire you? Because there are lots of people that recently graduated or who have the same sort of expertise as you. Why would I hire you, Joseph North, for a position, let's say for a graphic designer or for audio-visual producer?
The reason why you would want to hire me is because I'm actually a really good team player.
Okay.
I actually bring a lot to the table. I am focused. I make sure that everything I do gets done 100%.
Awesome.
I'm also, I focus on mostly 3D animation.
Okay.
I'm able to understand different organizational skills.
Okay.
Whatever kind of programs you need me to work on, even if I'm not 100% aware of it, I can actually learn it. So I'm able to learn any program you need me to.
Awesome. Well, Joseph, I appreciate you. It is Joseph, right?
Yes.
Joseph North. I appreciate you taking a minute with me. Those are the sorts of things that we're looking for some of the candidates today, some of the same sorts of things that you just mentioned.
Okay.
You've got the expertise. Obviously, you've thought out how you can add value to an organization, so those are great things. I would say get a tie, and you will definitely be on your way. You've got your resume with you.
Yes,
You're prepared, so certainly this is good stuff.
Right.
And I would like for you to take one of my cards and give me your name and your email address, because I want to get in contact with you because I'm looking for people just like you.
Okay. Do you
Absolutely.
want me to leave my resume?
Yeah, leave a resume for me. Take one of my business cards and leave your name, email address, and a good way to get in. Well, if all that information is on your resume, then yeah, just take one of my business cards. Joseph, I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Joseph North exhibited the characteristics and the traits that we're looking for potential job seekers. And I see Mayor Mark Mallory here along with his Director of Community Affairs. Mayor, it is a pleasure as always.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you, first off, for putting this on. So this is the 7th annual Mayor's Job Fair, Youth Job Fair in the Cincinnati area. I was talking with Sean a little bit earlier about the significance of this. This is unprecedented. He told me a little bit about the background. We won't get into that. But I just want you to talk a little bit about this because you don't have to do this. And that's what makes this so poignant. You don't have to do this. This is
Right.
a way that you engage the community and you add significant value from a community and an economic development perspective.
Well, I think this is important to do because what we're really trying to do is give young people the opportunity, not just to find a job, but also to figure out what they want to do with their lives. And also to put them in a work environment where they can establish a good work ethic, where they can be with peers who are more adult, who can sort of help them figure out what they want to do with their lives in general. We've done this for 7 years now. We usually get thousands and thousands of young people down here. And I'll tell you, I've been doing this for a long time, and the people who are here today are excited.
Yes.
They're excited for the opportunities. The employers who have come down are very appreciative of the fact that we do this at no cost to employers.
Absolutely.
Most job fairs do cost the employers something to be here. We don't charge a dime. And so this is just a way of grabbing up those young people who want to be productive in our area and giving them some opportunities to present themselves and go out and find an opportunity and figure out what they want to do with their lives.
Wow. There's so much significance in all that, and I could just probably roll on and on and on. And obviously, I'd be gushing to kind of talk about all the different things that you do, but this
Right.
particularly, once again, is very, very significant because, just like you said, there's a very strong community development piece, but you also talked about personal and professional development and the economic development. Because one of the other things that you do is you stimulate the economy by providing job opportunities. So you bridge that gap between the employer and the workforce.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about that, because that's very significant, certainly with the employment economy being the way that it is.
Well, one of the things that people may not focus on is that young people who get a summer job end up spending a lot of that money on the things that they need. And when you are in an employment situation, you spend that money, you churn it. You churn the economy, and that helps promote the economy. That helps to get the economy going, keep it going. And so the more job opportunities you can offer to young people who tend to spend more money, the more money you put back into the economy, and the better off all of us are. So it's sort of a formula that works.
Absolutely so. Well, it's definitely been working, obviously, for 7 years. You guys, I'm sure, are going to have record numbers again. I know you had record numbers last year.
Absolutely.
And Sean was mentioning that this is now being looked at as a model across the country.
Yes, I make presentations at the mayor's conferences, and I talk to other mayors about how to do this. There's been a video that's been produced to help them figure out how it's done. We've won a couple of awards for services that we provide at the job fair. So this is something that other cities are looking at. And, job fairs happen in communities all across the country. But it's very different when the mayor holds the job fair, and the mayor uses the weight of that office to say to local employers, we need you to hire people. We want to do that in a very comprehensive and concentrated way on one day at one event in one place. And that makes a huge difference, and other mayors around the country are taking notice of that. So we're very proud of what we've been able to do here.
Well, certainly we're very proud to be involved. Certainly we're very proud to be associated. I'm a Cincinnati hometown guy. So it's a wonderful thing. Obviously, it's wonderful work that you've been doing for the past several years here in Cincinnati. And we're looking forward to your State of the City address coming up. Now, what date is that going to be?
That's going to be, I have no idea.
Okay.
No,
I know it's in April.
It's April the 10th, I believe.
April the 10th, okay.
And it's going to, we are just still sending out the invitations to that. But yes, it's coming up soon, and I'll just talk about what's going on in the city and give people a sense of what we're working on.
Yeah, definitely. We're working on a lot, and you're accomplishing a lot, and that's what's most important here in Cincinnati.
Well, thank you.
Cincinnati has changed under your watch, and of course you know that, but I want to make certain that the viewers know that, because we have people that tune in from Atlanta, from Dallas, from DC, from Chicago. So obviously you've seen some of these broadcasts before.
Right.
You haven't had an opportunity to see the mayor on one of these broadcasts and talk a little bit about what's going on in Cincinnati, but Cincinnati is certainly the place to be. We are on the rise. There's so much going on here in the city, and it starts here.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Thank
Good seeing you.
Mayor.
Thanks.
As always.
All right.
Pleasure. Awesome.